Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, August 8, 2022. You can do some important inner work with the moon in your soul sector today. Venus and Saturn form an awkward angle, influencing the first half of the day, and it can be challenging to know how to approach a matter or conversation. If you miss the mark, try not to fret or take it too personally since the timing is off temporarily. You may need a little more room for self-understanding before dealing with a problem confidently. Encountering some resistance is natural, and it actually helps you to draw on your creativity. There can be some adjustments in your thinking to be made now, after which you'll be in a far better position to reach your goals. Karmic cycles are certainly not your favorite, as you are a zodiac sign that loves to live in the moment, strike out and pursue adventure, and learn in retrospect. However, mighty Saturn, the great taskmaster planet, does not work like that. Since 2020, he has spun in your solar third house, which has been teaching you important life lessons. First, it could have made it harder for you to speak your mind to partners or a sweetheart until you truly know for a fact it is what you mean to say. Next, it could have made it harder for you to travel, especially when it comes to quick trips and journeys. Know this will pass. Release your inhibitions. As a buoyant zodiac sign, you have so much potential to expand upon whatever professional path you embark on. But you need to release whatever is not serving you before you forge forward in your career path. It could be a subconscious perception or a hidden fear that hinders your ability to be fully confident in your decisions. Whatever it is, you need to use the first quarter moon in Scorpio to radically adapt to a new perception or outlook that will empower you in your career path. Don't be surprised if things don't go exactly according to plan today. Unexpected events are more than likely to pop up and disturb the course of action. Realize, however, that these disruptions have a place in your life and that they are occurring for a reason. You might not understand exactly how or why at this time, but that is fine. You don't need to know. Welcome these new energies into your life. Your open manner is reflected in your private life, taking pleasure in talking to new friends and exchanging points of view. Your friendly attitude could turn spontaneous chats into long-term friendships. Your family is very satisfied with these changes and enjoys your positive charisma. Your impeccable style and undeniable radiance are pulling in recognition from admirers, anonymous and otherwise. Coupled with your supreme agility at flirting, you just can't go wrong in romance today. Connecting with those people you admire most, you cannot help but make it obvious you fancy them. Your honesty and charm provide you with a pleasant naturalness that helps you succeed and you flirt in this way. Your tenderness and sensitivity lets you get away with this direct approach and make headway. Unexpected events may be throwing you for a loop today, but realize that these incidents may be part of a bigger trend of energy that you should be paying close attention to. There are great opportunities at your doorstep now, and you should look for areas in your life in which you want to invite these opportunities in. Small things may be cropping up, indicating that there is some major change that needs to happen in your life before this new and prosperous energy can take hold. Clean out the cobwebs and welcome a breath of fresh air. The more people you can spend time with safely today, the better it will be. The vibration that is happening brings an air of cooperation and enthusiasm, making it the perfect day for social activities, if possible. Not only this, but you are sure to see tremendous progress at work when you combine your efforts with those of the other people you work with. See what you can accomplish with the help of this vibration urging you along. You may be surprised at the results. Even run-of-the-mill interactions could feel noticeably deeper now, and there may be something comforting about how you connect with others. You likely bring a wonderful balance of creativity and reality that adds intrigue to discussions or exchanges. Might this be very attractive to a lover or one special individual if you're single? Just be your authentic self and see what happens. You could evaluate romantic, relationship and intimate expectations this week. If it becomes clear these have been too high, the realistic perspective you gain will make the learning curve on offer worth it. The other benefit to seeing love through a practical lens is how attainable opportunities replace those that have resided in fantasy realms. Of course, fantasies are wonderful and necessary. But you'd prefer to focus on making achievable visions real, wouldn't you? Our eyes in the sky. In the pre-dawn hours, the Sagittarius moon opposes Mars in Taurus. This influence stimulates irritation. However, we're more likely to bottle our feelings up instead of expressing them properly. It's natural to hold a grudge now, justifying our moodiness around situations that occurred in the distant past. If we are angry, discussing to clear the air may not be the best course of action right now. Instead, release aggression through physical activities, especially those which involve working with your hands. Crafting with natural materials or assuming construction projects can help us to regain a sense of control over our immediate environment. When we feel less helpless, we will begin to calm down. We're all likely to wake up feeling intuitively sharper and maybe even more creative than usual. But there could be a heavy emotional shift when the moon conjoins Pluto, and we'll have to take care not to overreact to any overpowering feelings. The psychic embellishments from earlier will remain very prominent, but you'll have to be cautious not to let them affect you too much. Avoid having arguments centered around any jealousy you may feel. It could make someone feel unjustly guilty or intimidated. Also be very aware of any negative self-talk, because it could also lead to desperate actions you later come to regret. There could be power struggles or issues with others who want to dominate us. If you feel like someone is pushing you to make a decision you aren't ready to make, take a step back and reassert your boundaries. You don't have to rush through your emotions to satisfy someone else's whims. Any negative energy that's been hovering around you could hit twice as hard when the moon sextiles Neptune tonight. The energy could affect your sleep and make you feel exhausted. In the morning, the moon squares Chiron in Aries, forcing us to confront repressed anxieties. We are emotionally stoic under the Capricorn moon, preferring to avoid conflict by busying ourselves with duties and responsibilities. There's a battle waging here between our inner elder and our inner child. We may be attempting to emulate the style of an older person in our youth who dismissed our creativity. And now, we are acting as the same gatekeeper for our wounded psyche. The best way to navigate these energies is to begin talking to ourselves in a new way, thereby acting as our protector instead of our worst critic. Following this, the Taurus sun trines Pluto in Capricorn, helping us to tap our magic and personify self-esteem. By firmly standing our ground and advocating for our principles, we become authority figures in our own right. Subsequently, others treat us differently, affirming that we have all that we need within ourselves to embrace our agency. Relationships with superiors, bosses, and those in institutions should be farewell at this time. People in positions of power acknowledge our tenacity and dedication to excellence, helping us to rise further on the hierarchical totem pole.